Hello everyone, praise the Lord. Today I would like to bring before you one of the important teaching of Jesus from Luke chapter 12 verse 1 and 2. The setting of Luke 12. 1 is a continuation from the previous chapter, where Jesus had been in conflict with the Pharisees and religious leaders. As we begin with the Luke 12, 1, it presents a crucial warning from Jesus to his disciples and the gathered crowd. Beware of the leaven or yeast of the Pharisees, which is hypocrisy. In biblical times, yeast was usually a piece of old dough that had been allowed to ferment. This fermented dough was then mixed into a new batch to initiate the rising process. Whereas the word hypocrite in Greek properly signifies an actor or stage player, a personator of other men in their speech, habit, and action. The Hebrew word signifies both a wicked man and a deceiver. And it is observed that those whom David called wicked, Solomon, fools, and Job, hypocrites, all is but one and the same thing under divers names. In Luke 12, 1-2, Jesus warns his disciples about the yeast of the Pharisees, which is hypocrisy. In homes we use when we make a bread or baked items. Jesus uses yeast as a metaphor for hypocrisy, drawing several parallels. There are several qualities or nature of a leaven, yeast. Therefore, Jesus used it for hypocrisy. The first nature of yeast is, it's hard to detect when it mixed up. Just as it's difficult to tell leaven from regular dough by looking, hypocrisy can be hard to spot. For example, someone might appear generous by donating to charity publicly, but privately be very ungenerous. The second nature spreads easily. Leaven spreads easily through dough, and hypocrisy can similarly infect all aspects of a person's life and also the another. The third nature, its unpleasant smell and taste. Like sour or smelly bread, it's tasteless and smelly. Similarly, hypocrisy leaves a bad taste in God's eyes. Hypocrisy is distasteful to God. For example, someone who preaches kindness but treats others harshly in private would be hypocritical. The fourth nature is, its causes swelling, pluffiness, and it is similar with human pride. Leaven makes dough puffy, just as hypocrisy often stems from pride and a desire for praise. A person seeking admiration and praises rather than truly serving others. Dear friends, as we enter a new year, Jesus' warning reminds us of the importance of self-examination and vigilance. There is a need of spiritual vigilance and self-examination. We must ensure our outward actions align with our inner convictions. Genuine faith should fill every aspect of our lives. Our private behavior should match our public persona. As we begin this year, take a pause, take a moment and introspect our actions, intentions, motives, and lifestyles. Am I living a life which is similar as the yeast in the dough, which is hard to detect by others? Secret lifestyle which is in reality far from the God? Or I am spreading the negativity around us? Same us leaven spreads easily through dough, or I am pluffy inside by our own self with pride, same as yeast and unpleasant to God. It's a crucial time for all of us to introspect in the beginning of this year. Another thing we can find in same verse, Jesus said to his disciples and the crowd to be aware, beware of the leaven or yeast of the Pharisees. The Greek word for beware is proseko, meaning to hold the mind towards, that is, pay attention to, be cautious about, apply oneself to others. It reminds us in the journey of life and ministry, let's hold the teaching of Jesus and be aware in every aspects of life. In nature, we observe, animals constantly alert or be aware for predators or hunters. Birds vigilant for threats to their nests. Birds and other migratory animals display awareness of seasonal changes and navigate cautiously. Juvenile sunflowers cautiously track the sun's movement, showing awareness or be aware of light direction. Security and special forces cautious of various dangers in their environment and society. Similarly, in human society, we all need to be cautious and be aware of potential risks and challenges, opportunities, goals in our lives. As we have begun our new year, let's keep a faith in God and be vigilant and cautious in every actions of our lives. 1 Peter 5:8. Discipline yourselves, keep alert. Like a roaring lion, your adversary, the devil, prowls around looking for someone to devour. Proverbs 4:23. Keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flow the springs of life. Luke 12:1 serves as a timely reminder that instead of turning back, we must be cautious, and instead of turning back, we must aware in our journey, a long way we need to travel. So let's beware not only of external threats, but also of the subtle dangers of hypocrisy in our own lives. Regularly examine our motives and actions, seeking God help on internal transformation rather than external appearances. May God bless us all.